talk about something that you borrowed from your friend. Before I start, please check the description for notes and links to my other quality videos, and these can definitely help you in various fields like reading and speaking, writing. And also, if you have any doubt, please post it in the comments, and also give a like to this video and share with your friends so that they can get the advantage of my videos. So let's dive in. What are the questions about this cue card? So the first question is, what was it? What was the thing which you borrowed? Second, when did you borrow? The time, whom you borrowed it from, the person, what you did with it, the activity or the thing which you performed with it, why you borrowed it, the reason why you cannot buy it at that moment, or why you didn't have that thing in your possession. So whenever you are in the cue card or you are preparing the cue card, always make sure that you check the two things. The first one is the tense. Always check the tense, and the second thing is the content. Content has three other things: a situation which you can speak about, a person about which you can speak, and the third thing is the thing or an object about which you are going to speak. Especially in this cue card, it is very relevant thing, I would say. So we are done with the checklist, and now we are going to talk about the relevant situations. So there are mainly three relevant different situations which I can come across. The first one is borrowing a book, second is borrowing a dress, third is borrowing a vehicle. So I believe that most or longest content I can make is about borrowing a book. So I'm gonna start with it, and here are the ideas of it. So first of all, whenever you're starting a cue card, you have to describe at least 10 to 20 seconds of the introduction before jumping to the main content. You have to describe about the question, or you have to describe about what is the cue card given to you. Always start with that, because 10 to 20 seconds you are going to spend on the introduction of cue card is a part of that, and you would have to prepare 10 to 20 seconds less data. So that means you just have to speak 100 or 110 seconds of data. It can be very handy sometimes whenever you have less data. So try making a simple paraphrasing of the cue card. For example, I have made it here. There are various things we have to borrow sometimes from friends, neighbors, colleagues. So I would like to speak about a situation when I borrowed a notebook or a book from my senior friend. So about the idea, what was it? I would say was my book. It was my economic book, and the exams were going on, and before my exam, before 2 days prior to my exam, I lost my book in my college, so I had to borrow it from my senior friend. Ideas about when did you borrow? You have to describe a date, especially of the past, because this cue card is asked in past tense. So at least use 6 months. 6 months ago, it happened when I lost my book. What was happening at the time? You can say the exams were going on, and what exams? You can say college or school final exams. If you were 6 months ago, or in prior time, in earlier time, you were in college, then stick to that. Or if you are in school, then you have to speak for the same. Next is whom you borrowed it from. So you can name any person, whichever comes to your mind. You can speak a lie, or you can describe your real life experiences. Make sure that you always speak about a senior, because the seniors always do not need the book which you need. So I would say he or she didn't need the book because he or she already cleared that exam in the previous year. So that's why he or she didn't need that particular book. Ideas about what you did with it. You can say I covered up the main topic. Some processes were left which I covered with the help of that book, and I also had my notes with me, so but they were useless without the book. So you really needed that book in that time, so that you borrowed it with your from your friend. And why you borrowed? Because you knew that your senior never sells any of his or her books, and often help the junior peers like me. You can also speak like he or she teaches some students, so he or she had all his or her books. So when you lost your book, you contacted him or her and she immediately lend you a book. Also, for the further things, you can also say because of that you cleared that exam with flying colors. So I hope you can make 2-minute contents of it, and if you have any doubt, please drop it in the comments, and also watch my other lessons, the reading lessons, the cue card videos, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. That's all for today. Thank you.